Hey there, Ryan Reynolds here. It's a new year, and you know what that means. No, not the diet. Resolutions. A way for us all to try and do a little bit better than we did last year. And my resolution, unlike big wireless, is to not be a raging and raise the price of wireless on you every chance I get. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited. See mintmobile.com for details.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. We're driven by the search for better, but when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/SBO. Terms and conditions apply.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, today I watched a very questionable, I can't even call it a apology video because it wasn't even really an apology. I feel like that there were apologies said in the video, but it wasn't meaningful. And I just, man, it confuses the life out of me. And that's what I'm overall going to be talking about is when people apologize, but they don't mean it. And that's why I'm like, fam, if you don't mean it, then don't apologize. Like, that's one thing I had to say with me is that let's say if I get into it with somebody and I say something and they get highly upset about it, at the end of the day, if I realize that, okay, I don't know, I guess depending on the context of the argument, like that, and that's the thing, I don't just go out of my way to say things to upset people. Like I've said this numerous times before, I'm a quiet person. I don't really be talking to people that I don't know. So that's why, and even to the people that I do know, I try my hardest to not get into no verbal altercation with them. For the most part, I'm like, hey, look, bruh, like, however you feel, that's how you feel. But yeah, fam, I done had it where people then what am I trying to say? What are the words? What is the word that I'm trying to say? Disrespect. I guess, like, I don't know. I feel like I wanted to say another word, but anyways, look, bro, I'm tired. I don't even know why I'm so tired, but I'm tired. Like, I can honestly lay down right now and just knock out. Like, that's how tired I am. Like, when I can feel it in my eyes, like, bro, I just don't even want to do nothing. Like, I had to stop myself from falling asleep because I did lay down for a moment and I'm like, bro, I need rest, but I gotta stream. So that's why I'm like, it's definitely gonna probably end up being a quick stream tonight because I'm like, nah, bro, I am tired. But anyways, getting back to what I was overall talking on. But yeah, I didn't have people disrespect my career, disrespect me. I didn't have people, what else? And that's the thing, as I get older, I realize that every argument that I get into is not worth, like, fighting, I guess, to validate my side of the argument. And that's something where I'm like, I guess, like, more people need to understand that. They need to just realize that it's like, you don't have to argue with everybody that you get into it with. You don't have to debate them. You don't have to do none of that stuff. But there are people in this world that I think they purposely look for an argument and they want to be right so badly. And I'm like, fam, and I have to say that's probably one of the main issues with Just a Robot. And I'm like, fam, because I dating all the way back to 2016 where me and him had originally got into it. And I'm like, fam, why does this matter to you so much that I defended people that you don't even like? I'm honestly trying to piece that together. I'm really trying to figure that out. You are worried so much about me and what I'm doing. Like, that's another thing. Like I said, I don't go out of my way to be out there, especially if it's a person that I don't even get along with. So that's why I'm like, fam, I just found that whole drama between both me and him pointless. Because it was like, fam, you don't even have to watch the videos. You purposely, the only reason why you watch these videos is because it's like, all right, if I need a video to do, then I know what to talk about. I'm just going to disrespect everybody that does reaction videos. Why? I'm thinking to myself, like, there's all the different type of content that you very well could do. And I'm like, you had so many different signs and wake up calls. You probably had dreams. You had everything possible telling you, stop doing what you're doing. And you didn't. So you decided to do a video where you're defending a pedophile, a groomer, whatever you want to call them. Overall, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. You can look at all the different content creators that exist, and I'm like, fam, my thing is this. Where you know a YouTuber then did something bad where their own friends don't even want to be bothered with them. And I've seen that. I've seen where there'll be like content creating groups, and one of their friends, they'll get caught up in some controversy, gets cut off, immediately gets cut off. And that's their friend. Now, yeah, they might be having conversations with them on the side, I guess more so trying to help them get back into content creating. Maybe. I don't know. But I think for the most part, because I know if I had some friend get caught up doing some crap like that, I'm like, I'm keeping my distance. Because I don't know what you got going on in your head. But I'm like, Dad, that's what you got. My thing is this. Let's say the YouTuber that Just a Robot defended Cinebear, let's say that was a friend of mine. Let's say that's like one of my closest friends. Somebody that I wouldn't necessarily say idolize, but I look highly of them. Like there's somebody where I'm like, no, I'm always gonna say good things about them, right? But they get caught up doing what overall, yeah, she did. There's no possible way that I can defend her. None whatsoever. The thing is this, that's somebody where in this scenario, that's my closest friend. That's somebody where I'm like, fam, I expect us to grow old and still be friends. But if you're out carrying on like that, where you're having inappropriate conversations with minors, you really have to sit down and think about that. Is that normal behavior? So what does it look like if I go and I do a video defending Cinebear? Because the funny thing is that he's doing any and everything in his power to defend his actions. But let that have been me. I guarantee and I promise you, he would have had a field day with that content. Bro would have been making videos. I guarantee and I promise you, that would have been his best TMossBoss video of all time. If the situation that he's currently going through, if I would have been going through that same situation, he would have been having a field day. Not just any old field day. No, I'm saying that field day that we had when we were kids, where it was different from recess. It was different than any amount of fun that a kid could have. Like that core memory of a field day. That's what he would have had. And I promise you, he definitely wouldn't have seen it from and the thing is this, I could say stuff like, they're not like this, or they didn't mean it that way, or what you guys seen that was taken out of context. No, they didn't mean, and none of it would have mattered. None of it would have mattered. There isn't no possible way to defend somebody that did what Cinebear did. You're having an inappropriate conversation with a minor. It don't matter how you paint it out to be. The thing is this, it's still going to be a bad picture. I don't know what people don't understand about that, but that is always going to be a bad picture. Always. Forever. There isn't going to be, because, and so the thing is this, so he does this video, right? Where he's overall, it ain't, like I said, it's not really an apology. It's more so an explanation video, explaining his actions and explaining who he is as a person. It's like, fam, don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care what you got. Like, and the funny thing is, like, at some point in time in the video, I think he does say that he's not trying to come up with any excuses. But the two main things that he ran to on why he acts the way he does is because of his dyslexia and because he suffers from autism. And I'm like, fam, there's a lot of people out there that suffer from dyslexia and autism. Do you see them carrying on like you? I don't even see people carrying on like you. And there is numerous people that I was cool with when I was in school where they, where there was one kid in particular that I remember that he, had dyslexia. Like, we discovered that right there in class that he had dyslexia. And, and then there's like, there were some kids that I remember just, throughout the years, where they had like some form of autism, and I was like, yeah, I was cool with them. I'm like, I'm not going to look at them any differently. There is actually, you know what? No, I was actually just thinking about this girl where I think she suffered from it. I think she did. I don't know. I can't really remember too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to say allegedly. She could have possibly had some case of autism. I think there was even a time where a teacher said that I have a case of, more so ADHD or ADD. And I remember because she was mad at the class. Like, we were just all like not paying attention to nothing that teacher was saying. And I remember she got so upset. She was like, you guys might have a case of ADHD or ADD. And she went on about some rant. We're just looking at each other like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess. But I'm like, the thing is this though. If that is the case, all right, and I really don't know at the end of the day, all right, but something might be wrong with me. I don't necessarily know. But overall, though, that's one thing that I can say, that there have been a lot of YouTubers throughout the years that I have been a fan of where they have done, if not, they have done worse things than Cinebear. And I've never sat down and thought to myself, maybe I should do a video defending them. I had to say the one YouTuber where I was like, anytime when I would see his content, always would sit down and watch it. But EDP445, I was a fan of him. I think if you guys have been subscribed to my channel long enough, you know that I was a fan of EDP445. But when he got caught up in his situation, I had a video where it was, I think it was titled Best of EDP445, and it was a reaction video, and it was one of my most viewed reactions. And probably if that stuff never would have happened with EDP445, that video would, it's probably, I wouldn't say it's one of the biggest what if questions with my channel, but it definitely a what if question. Like, what if that video still existed? It definitely would have had a lot more views, and it was at one point in time my most viewed video on my channel. I remember at the time being like, I hadn't had a video reach 100. Either I did, but I think that EDP reaction video was my most viewed reaction. It had over 100,000 views, and people was commenting on it left and right. You know, so overall, it's like, yeah, people knew that I was a fan of EDP445, but when all that stuff had came out, took that video down. Yeah, it was one of my biggest, it wasn't even one, it was the biggest video on my channel. I think it was either the biggest video on my channel or the biggest video that I uploaded onto YouTube. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, that's a video where, I was like, it showcased how much of a fan of, that I was of EDP445. But when he got caught up with his stuff, I took that video down along with a bunch of other different videos. So did I lose out on views? Yes. But my thing is this. When you have common sense running through your head, all right, when you have the right mindset running through your head, overall meaning that when you see a negative situation and you're not seeing the positives, you're seeing it as a negative situation. And I have to say that's the problem with Just a Robot. It ain't dyslexia. It's not autism. He overall wanted to gain something from this situation. Because really, at the end of the day, he had no business talking about Cinebear. So what if he's friends with her? So what if he's a fan of her content? So what if he's attracted to her because she's a man and he, wait a minute. I was getting ready to say that backwards. But anyways, she's a woman and he's a man. It don't matter. It don't matter at all. None of that. It's still running through my head. I almost said that backwards. But anyways, jokes aside, none of that stuff matters. All right. She did something wrong and you tried to make positive out of it. There's nothing positive with that situation. So yeah, overall, he does this like backhanded. It was the apology video that I predicted. It wasn't going to be an apology video. It's overall him responding to all the stuff that's been going on with him. And that's the thing that confuses the life out of me. That's what I mainly wanted to talk about was how people, they do these apology videos, but they don't mean it. They don't mean absolutely nothing that they say in that apology video. You'll see, fam, there is the one video where I think it was a mom and her kid, and she forgot to edit that part out, I guess, but she was like telling her kid to like fake cry, and then she was fake crying, and then she was apologizing. I don't even know what she was apologizing for. Like, I didn't even know who she was, to be honest. But yeah, overall though, she did that. And I'm thinking to myself, why can't people if you know that you did something wrong, why can't you? Because that's the one thing about it where it's like, if I know that I did something wrong, I'm going to apologize. And yes, there have been times where I know I didn't do anything wrong. I know that I didn't, overall. But my thing is, like, whatever the situation is. But here's the thing, though. If I know that I'm going to have to, like, let's say it's a family member, for an example, and, argument goes down, and overall, it's like, stuff is being said, stuff is done. The thing is this. I know I'm going to have to see this family member on a regular basis. I know I'm going to, and let's say if, even a friend, whatever the situation is, friend or family, I know I'm going to have to see this person on a regular basis. So what do I need to, and I remember this when I was a kid. So there was a time where me and a friend of mine, we got into it. This is a close, well, I ain't going to necessarily say it was a close friend of mine, but it's somebody that at the time being, like, yes, he was one of my closest friends. But overall, though, I remember where we were walking home from school, and I can't remember what overall. I think it was between him and another friend where they started throwing pine cones at each other. One of the pine cones had hit me in the, I think it was either my eye or near my eye, but I was upset. I was visibly upset. And I'm like, fam, why are y'all just randomly just throwing pine cones? So yeah, I'm upset. I'm going off and things. And then, me and that friend that threw the pine cone, we started getting into it. We almost actually did end up getting into a fight right in front of my house. And I was like, man, and then I remember we started texting each other. We were acting like we were getting ready to fight with each other the next day at school, but I realized that I was acting out of anger. I realized that I was really upset, and I said some things that I did not mean, but I was still upset, and I was all like, yeah, that's something I had to say. If I was one of those petty people, I probably would be hovering that over his head. I'm like, well, dang. I'm like, we get into an argument about something. I'm like, well, at least I know how to throw a pine cone. I'm like, what's your excuse? I'm like, what, you're blind? You need my glasses? I'm saying, but overall, though, I realized my mistake. I realized that I was acting out of anger, and I apologized to him. And I was like, look, bruh, all right, I was angry, my fault, all right? I said some things I didn't mean to say. I take backseas. I didn't say take backseas, but overall, though, that's what I meant. And I remember after that, me and him, we were cool with each other. Even next day at school, we act like none of that stuff happened, and we went on about our business. I remember his mom, she would give me rides to school and things. Like, yeah, we were chilling, Then overall, he moved and stuff, and I was like, yeah, now I have to say we more so fell out of contact. Although I did see him, I was like, dang, bro. I was like, it's one of those situations where I thought he was going to be, I'm like, fam, I'm taller than him. I was like, I seen him for the first time in years. I like how my brain, it just completely got to shake. Yeah, maybe that teacher was right. Maybe I might have a case of ADHD or ADD, something. But anyways, getting back to the topic and stuff. But overall, though, I apologize. Yes, I was angry. Yeah, I took a pine cone to the face. But the thing is this, though. I realized I was in the wrong. And I realized that, okay, even though I don't want to apologize, I need to apologize. And I'm trying to think, like, I feel like that there's other situations that I've been involved in where I needed to apologize. And I did. I had no problem with it. Especially if it's a situation where I realized I was wrong. Like, you know what? Prime example. I remember when Just a Robot, he had this editor that also got caught up with some pedophile things. And just throwing that out there, we should have known that Just a Robot wasn't going to have no genuine apology with this situation, where he literally had an editor doing videos or working on videos for him. And when he got caught up with his stuff, I ain't hear, the thing is this, I didn't see no video. Nobody didn't send me nothing unless he did do a video and it was quiet. But other than that, I don't think he talked on that stuff. If he did, it was very, very brief. But overall, though, no, there was at a point in time where his editor wasn't known for that. He wasn't known for talking to a minor. And so originally he was just a fan within Just a Robot's fan base. And I remember me and him, we did get into it. And I told this story before, but anyways, but yeah, we got into it. Things were said. You know, he was saying his fair share of crazy things. I was saying I was more so just trying to just roast him and things. I wasn't really saying anything crazy, and I still to this day don't think I say anything crazy to him. But some people will tell that story differently. You know, they'll say that, oh, don't forget that one video. But yes, overall, there was a video that I did where I was roasting a bunch of different haters and stuff. I figured, you know what, my haters is gonna be on my channel, might as well, you know, just have like a little roast session here and there with them and things. So I'm like, I'm gonna give them a reason to cancel me, but not in a way where it's all like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna say something crazy or do something crazy, just more so to upset them, you know. But anyways, but with this particular video, what had happened wasn't my intentions. But anyways, so yeah, with Just the Robots editor, I had clicked on a random video of his, started roasting him, went on about my business. Turns out, I guess that video, the thing was this though, it wasn't in the title, it wasn't in the description, it wasn't in the comments, it wasn't nowhere to be seen that was a tribute video for his mom that passed. So that people were trying to call me out, make it seem like that I was making fun of his mom that passed. And I'm like, that's not the case. I didn't even know. So I'm all like, so the thing is this, I apologize. I was like, hey, look, I did not know. I'm like, with all of this hate and drama and all that crap pushed to the side, I do apologize. All right. And that was something where I was like, I genuinely felt bad. Cause I'm like, that's something where I'm like, nah, bro, you know, it's like, I think, yeah, if you have a close relationship with your parent, you don't want nobody, even if they don't know, you still wouldn't want to see some stuff like that. But the thing was this though, I apologized and I left it alone. All right. But and I only for so long up until, yeah, these guys are just going around and he was helping people. Like, I mean, he was helping people put videos together overall and changing the narrative. Like, it went from, oh, TMossBoss randomly clicked on the video that so happened to be a tribute video for, because the guy's name was Joshua, a tribute video for Joshua's mom. It went from that to TMossBoss pretty much kicked this man while he was down and made fun of his dead mom. Oh, he made jokes about her death and all that. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, that's something where, and the funny thing is because...
Build a routine with Ollie that supports your wellness needs, like getting your daily vitamins and minerals with Ollie's multi-gummies, or keeping your mood upbeat with all the vitamin D in Hello Happy. Give your gut health some support with probiotics, and wake up feeling refreshed after taking Ollie Sleep. Do wellness on your terms. Find Ollie at a Walmart or Target near you or at ollie.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
People that know me, they was pretty much saying like, that's not your character, that's not who you are, unless you're living some, you know, like false reality online. Overall, if who we're seeing right now at wherever we're at, I know that that's not you. Whether, because the thing is this, the people that know me, and I mean like actually know me, not like solo, they just know of my name and that's it, but no, they know that I'm a content creator, they've seen my videos, that's something that people have said, that it's like, I am no different. If anything, they say that I'm much more louder and, you know, outspoken in videos, but I have to say for the most part, like the conversations that I have, the things that I say, I'm like, the things that I talk about, that's stuff that I know I would say to a person's face, you know. But I'm like, with the Joshua situation, I'm like, yeah, if I know what's going on, I'm not going to be out there making fun. That's something where I'm like, I would have skipped right past that video if I knew what that video was about. But I didn't. So that's why, but I was like, after I seen that he was pretty much helping out people do this video and they're changing the narrative and he ain't trying to tell them the actual story and he's just trying to do any and everything in his power to get me canceled, that's why I was all like, nah, bruh. I'm like, my thing is this, I apologize out of the kindness of my heart because I genuinely felt bad. You guys is trying to turn it into some content. So I was like, I don't know, I felt like it was a childish move to make at the time, but I took back my apology. I meant it at the time, but my thing is this, I'm like, I'm not gonna be in my videos talking about, oh, I apologize, I said I was sorry, because then that's the thing, I'm not gonna mean it. So that's why I was like, the only thing that I meant was that I take back my apology, because I see that you're the thing is this, I go out and defend myself trying to tell people the truth and you're telling me to be quiet, but meanwhile you're helping people change the narrative in the story, but I'm supposed to be quiet. And that's why I was all like, yeah, then at that point, I was all like, that apology video, it meant absolutely nothing. Because I'm all like, okay, you guys is trying to just use it for clicks. Y'all trying to use it for views. I ain't with that. I'm not with that at all. So that's why I'm all like, yeah, that's just one of those things. I'm like, and that's why he's dealing with the crap that he's gone through. You know, it's all like, he can't even come back on to YouTube no more. Because I guess all his stuff got shut down. But anyways... But yeah, overall, the point that I'm just trying to make is that if you're going to do an apology video, especially when you know you're in the wrong, just do an apology video. We ain't asking for no excuses. We ain't asking for, oh, I suffer from autism. I suffer from dyslexia. That's why I did and said the things that I did and said. But ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that at all. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, you know, maybe one day he'll understand. But for now, I'm like, yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, with this podcast episode, I want this to be a lesson learned to people. When you mess up, apologize. And that's the thing where it's like, you have common sense. Just the Robot has common sense. His fans have common sense. People have common sense. You're not just, oh, all of a sudden my common sense is gone and it's replaced with dyslexia and autism. So therefore I could just act out and that's just my get out of jail free card. My thing is this, do you know how many people actually suffer from that? I mean, actually suffer. Like they can't even go about their day-to-day lives. Meanwhile, talking to Just a Robot, meanwhile, you have a day-to-day life that you can live, but instead you decide to mess it up for whatever reason that we'll probably never understand. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, there's people that actually do suffer with that. So I mean, if you actually are suffering from it, then it's like, fam, my thing is this, be a person that I guess helps out others that suffer from dyslexia. I'm saying you can literally change your content to where you're doing videos helping out people that suffer from dyslexia and whatever your form of autism is. Because I'm like, I don't know if it's just to like trickle down to autism or it's something in the autism spectrum. I don't really know. But overall, though, I'm like, yeah, do videos where you're helping out people that are suffering from that. So they're not carrying on like you. Because I'm like, if my thing is this, you saying that you suffer from dyslexia and autism, and then you do the content that you do, and then there's going to be he's already done it, where you're going to influence people to carry on, because I don't know how many times where his fans then use that card on me. And so yeah, maybe he's probably been talking about this with for years now, because the amount of times where I'll say something disrespectful to one of his fans, and his fans is all like, you realize you're talking to somebody that suffers from autism. I'm like, okay, ask me if I care. You just called me the N-word. So I'm now supposed to care because you suffer from autism. What, you want me to hold your hand? I'm like, yeah, the thing is this. Any and everybody else, I might have sympathy for them. Just a Robot and his fans, I could care less. I could care less what they're suffering from. I'm like, I can unscrew the top of your head and see no brain. If you're carrying on in a way where you know that that's not normal, I'm not going to look at you any different than anybody else in this world that's living wrong. All right? And him and his fans is living wrong. That's why people are overall making fun and cracking jokes about, because that's how I seen it. People were over there overall cracking jokes about it. I'm like, wait a minute, what are they talking about? Seeing that he uploaded, and I was like, oh wow, all right, well, didn't think it was gonna be this soon, but yeah, let's see what it is. Did a reaction video, and I was like, yeah, that if he calls that an apology video, that is without doubt the worst apology video that I've ever seen in my whole life. And I done seen some pretty bad apology videos, but that one right there, that was pretty bad. All right, so anyways, yeah, my thing is this though, and if whatever form of, I know like people with dyslexia, I'm like, okay, I'll do some, cause yeah, I have an educational channel, so I'm all like, I'll try to figure out some things, some videos to do, and actually take the time to help people that actually do suffer from or from dyslexia. And I'm all like, then whatever cases of autism, I'm all like, yeah, then just start doing videos. I'm actually going to care. Rather than, oh, well, let me, go and explain to people, yeah, because you got this stuff. Now you could just pretty much just say whatever you want to say and do whatever you want to do. All you just got to do is just have a little card that says, hey, I have autism, I have dyslexia, and people are supposed to just walk away and just let you go and stuff. So I'm like, nah, bruh, we ain't going down that route. All right, you mess up, okay? So, but anyways, With that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube, and peace.